Hi, this is Josephine. I want to show how to constrain proportions. I am in Photoshop and I have an exercise in progress that I would like to save for web and devices. Those of you in color theory will realize that it's not complete because these three center areas are not finished, but for all intents and purposes I'm just going to use it as an example. Now the first thing I'm going to just show you here is image size. If I look at these image size, my width is 800. My height is 328 pixels. I'm at 72 resolution. And notice this lock describes the size of the document in pixels, but notice that there's a lock, okay? Now, if I unclick this and I change this, say I change this to 1,000, and I hit OK. Look at how it stretches the image, and it is no longer in correct proportion. So a wheel, a 360-degree circle, is no longer a circle, it's an ellipse. So I want to go to either Command Z, which is the key command, or if you have a PC, Alt or Option Z, and that takes me right back to where I was. Now I want to check here again and make sure, see, it's now set in the proportions are not constrained. I want to re-click those boxes and make sure that my original settings are in place, so that if I open another file, then I don't get an error there. Okay, now I want to save for web and devices. So I want to go to File, Save for Web and Devices, prepare this for uploading to the classroom. I want my preset to be JPEG high, and check Optimized. Okay, and it converts to RGB so it'll appear correctly on the monitor for the computer monitors that everyone looks at these exercises on. Now notice here, Constrain Proportions has to do with this toggle. You click the toggle to retain original image proportions. So it is in a closed state. It's in a locked state. So if I change this for some reason, okay, and I hit return, notice that the circles are still circles and the image file looks appropriate and proportionate, even though it's smaller than my original. I go back to 800 and it goes back to its original size. Now say this is unchecked. Say I want to make it larger, and I go to 1,000 and I hit enter or return. I should say return, that's enter, and look what happens, it stretches it, okay? So if I don't want that to happen, I have to make sure I hit return, it goes back to its original size. But say I wanted to make it taller, bigger, I wanted to make it 600 pixels. Thinking, oh, it's 800, I want to make it 600, return. Well, it's 600 by 800, but it's distorted. It's now, the ellipse is going in a vertical way, and it's elongated. That is not what I'm looking for. So I'm going to hit Command Z. I can't do that on the, sorry, I have to plug in my 328. That's why it's a good idea to know the original size. Hit return. Can't hit Command Z when you're in the saving mode, at least not that I know. Anyhow, now I want to make sure that I click that, make sure it's checked, so that the next time I'm going to save a file, I don't get an accidental distortion because I had unchecked it and forgot, okay? So then I hit save, it opens my box, I name it, and then I choose the folder where I want to save my image, I hit save, and all is well. I'm going to cancel this because I already have it saved in another mode, okay? Now what I want to do is hit done, okay? And I've completed the Constrain Proportions for Photoshop tutorial, and I will do one for Illustrator. All right, hope these help.